Hello everyone, I'm Natasha and welcome back. So today we are going to do vector product, and in the previous video we have just done scalar product or dot product. So let us do our today's topic. So it is vector product. Now let me just first ask you a question, that what is vector product? What is vector product? And I have told you something about vector product in the previous videos, in which I have discussed about scalar product. If you remember, then good, and if you don't know that, then I'm telling you now. Okay, yeah. So what is vector product? Actually, let me just first of all write any two vectors. So let me just write vector A and vector B as those two vectors. Yeah, so vector and vector B. So first of all, let's get back to our dot product. So I have told you that when we do dot product of any two vectors, we always put dot instead of into, instead of this sign, multiplier we can say. Yeah. So what was I saying? So we always put dot instead of into. So when we do dot product of two vectors, what will be our formula? What was the formula? Do you remember? It was mod A mod B cos theta. Cos theta, or we can also write it as AB sin theta. Sorry, not sine, cos. Sine will be used in our cross product. I will tell you. Yeah, so for the dot product, our formula was mod A mod B cos theta, or this one AB cos theta. Yeah, so but when we do cross product of two vectors, we put a multiply sign, but it is usually known as cross. Okay, got it? So this one is cross and this one is dot. So dot product how? Means scalar product. So scalar product, how scalar product is coming? Because our answer is in scalar. That's how scalar product we are saying. Means we are saying it as scalar product. Got it? Yeah. But in vector product, when we do cross of these two vectors, we get this formula, mod A mod B sin theta. Okay, sin theta. Got it? Always remember that when we do cross product of any two vectors, our formula will be mod A mod B and sin theta. Mod A mod B and sin theta. Yeah, so cross product, we were talking about cross product. And yeah, actually I've said the another name of vector product. So now it is that vector product has also another name, and it is cross product. Got it? So when we do cross product of any two vectors, then we are getting a vector. We are getting a vector quantity, and so that's this is how we can say that one means the cross of those two vectors. When we do cross of these two vectors, we are getting a vector quantity, and so that's how the vector quantity will be known as vector product. Got it? This means that the product of vectors, simply vector product. Got it? Got it? Yeah. So let me just continue. So now I'm rubbing it. So let me just explain you about vector product in more detail. Yeah. So what was I saying? When we do cross of any two vectors, and if we are getting a vector, so that vector quantity is known as cross product, or we can say vector product. So let me write its nickname, not actually, it's another name, cross product. Nickname, not cross product. Yeah. So when we do cross product of any two vectors, then we are getting a vector quantity, and so that vector quantity will be known as cross product. Got it? Yeah. So now I'm going to take an example. Yeah. So what example should I take? Okay, let me take an easy one. So yeah, so let's take formulas. Yeah, so R cross, wait a second, let me just rub the whole one. Yeah, so vector R cross F is equals to T. So vector R cross vector F is equals to vector T. Do you understand? No, let me just tell you. So you all know that what is we can call vector R as displacement. Got it? Displacement. Yeah. So this one is displacement and F factor usually force. So it is force. And this T1, this is known as torque. This is known as what? Torque. So now let me just tell you something about torque. Something about torque. So what is torque? What is torque? So what is torque? Actually, torque is a measure of how much a force acting on an object causes that object to rotate, and that object rotates about an axis, and we can call it as pivot point. So let me just write the statement on the board and then I will explain you perfectly. Okay? Yeah. So let me just write what it is. Torque is a measure. I have to rub so much. Yeah, torque is a measure of how much a force acting on an object causes that object to rotate. Yeah, so causes that object to rotate, and the object rotates about an axis, and we can call it pivot point. We can call it, let me just put as, and we can, and I also forget to write call. So we can call it as pivot point. Yeah, so I have written the statement, and it is what? Torque is a measure of how much a force acting on an object causes that object to rotate. Okay, and the object rotates about an axis, and we can call it as pivot point. Okay, fine. So I hope you all have understood. Now let me just tell you how. So see, I am rotating this object, this marker, and you are seeing that I am just making force. I am doing force on this marker so that this object will rotate, and you can see that it is rotating on axis. Its main axis is here. See, here. Okay, here. Let me just tell you this from this one way. See, I am just doing force to rotate that object, to rotate this object, and so this one is our axis, and we can call this axis also as pivot point. Got it? So torque is a measure of how much a force acting on an object causes that object to rotate, and so that object, sorry, not that object, so this whole statement will be known as torque. Got it? Torque tells us that how much a force acting on an object cause that object to rotate. Got it? Simple language, it is that one. So yeah, so I hope you all have understood the meaning of torque. So, and what is pivot point? Pivot point actually the axis on which the object is rotating. The axis on which the object is rotating, that axis will be known as pivot point. That axis will also known as pivot point. Got it? So this was just a definition for torque, and so now let me just continue. So I hope you all are enjoying our today's topic, and so just continue it. So now we are going to find the magnitude. How to find the magnitude of vector C or vector A cross vector B. So magnitude of vector C or vector A cross B. So we can also call vector C as vector A cross B. Okay, because vector A cross B is equals to vector C. So we can call it as both one. Okay, yeah. So magnitude of vector C or vector A cross B. Yeah. So what was the formula? I have just told you. So the cross, let me just write another one. So much just mess. Yeah. So vector C is equals to mod A mod B sine theta, and we can also say it as vector A cross vector B, mod vector A cross vector B. See, and in this one also mod. Yeah. So, or we can say it as AB sine theta. AB sine theta. Let me tell you how. This is vector A. Yes. This is vector B. Got it? And yeah, so what we are going to do? So what will be our theta? Means what is theta? Theta will be here. And I have told you mainly in simple language what is theta. Theta is the angle between vector A and vector B, but in vector product, theta is smaller of the two angles, So theta is the smaller of the two angles between vector A and vector B. Got it? Yeah. So, but in cross product, theta is smaller of the two angles between vector A and vector B. Got it? And so, the remaining one, along theta cos. But, you know, just like, let me just draw a figure, and suppose there is theta. So, along the theta 1, sin cos theta. Suppose u is coming, u cos theta, and in this direction, in this direction what? In this side, u sin theta. Got it? Yeah. So that's how sin theta. In simple language, so vector product, in vector product sin theta will be used. Okay? And so now I have also told you about theta. Remember that in vector product, theta is smaller of the two angles between vector A and vector B. But in simple language, theta is the angle between vector A and vector B, and it is still the angle between vector A and vector B, but it will mainly be the smaller of the two angles. Okay, between vector and vector B. Yeah. So I hope you all have understood our today's topic. And yeah, so torque was a really important topic that we should know. Yeah, so that's all for today, and in another video we are going to find the direction, and through how we will find the direction of cross product. We will find the direction of cross product through some rules. First one is right hand thumb rule. And second one is screw rule. Okay, I will tell you these rules in another videos, and then we will do, means we will continue our vector product topic. So, and yeah, vector product topic is not yet finished. Yeah, so thanks for watching and have a great day.